How grateful are you for all of the magnificent human beings in your life? I mean, there's family members, there's best friends, there's long distance friends, and each of them have a special significance to us. So if we're doing a yoga challenge, what does friends and family really have to do with anything? Well, it's because this is day 2 of our 7-day gratitude challenge, and we're going to pick a specific human being in our lives that we're grateful for. Now, if you have yet to do day 1 of the 7-day challenge, then go back and be sure you do that first. You see, day 1 was being grateful for a specific food item, and then today, day 2, we're going to get mildly more serious and be grateful for a specific human in our lives and set our intention of gratitude around that person. Okay, grab your daily gratitude sheet and be thinking about who you want to set that intention of gratitude around as I roll the intro screen. Hello, magnificent human beings. My name is Landon Slaughter, your fun, challenging, and always informative yoga instructor. And today we are focusing our gratitude around a special person in our lives. And I have chosen my good friend, Casey. You see, Casey and I are pretty good friends, and we've known each other for about 10 years. And the crazy thing is that we've only hung out maybe about 20 times. You see, it's a bit of a bromance, and well, he lives in a different state, and we rarely get to hang out. But when we do, it's kind of like things never changed. Be sure to write down the name of your person that you are super grateful for, because at the end of class, we're going to take a quick moment to send that person a note of gratitude. Go ahead, find yourself in a comfortable seated position here on your mat so that we can get started. Feel free to grab a block, grab a towel to put underneath your knees. That may be helpful for today's practice as well. Close your eyes and let's take a few breaths. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out the nose. Keeping that breath in through our nose, out through our nose. And just thinking about that special, awesome person in our lives, showing that gratitude towards them, being grateful that they're in our lives, the impacts that they make. Good. Just keeping with our breath, thinking of how much either support they give us or how happy they make us or whatever it may be, and just kind of dedicating our practice almost today to that special person. Okay, so we know our intention, sealing it with 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose, inhale, 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 hold, hold, hold. And exhale out the mouth. Good. Inhale through the nose, inhale, inhale, inhale. And exhale out the mouth. Good. Once more, inhale through the nose, inhale, 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 hold, hold, hold. And then sigh, let it go. Awesome job. Go ahead, open up your eyes and swing your legs around into a brief staff pose. We are going to begin with our seated forward fold. And if you need to grab a towel and pull it underneath you, kind of propping yourself up a little bit, sometimes this really, really helps for us to be able to get into that forward fold just a little bit more. Okay, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Just come on down. Now, you don't need to push yourself very far. You know, if you let your back round a lot, that's not always the best thing. So maybe just keeping a flatter back if you can. And, you know, it's such a difference between when you're warmed up, how far you can come versus, you know, just starting out. But just stay here, just breathe. Good. Keeping focused on that breath, being grateful for that human in our lives. And Casey's a pretty cool dude. We met what was it, 10 years ago. I was on vacation out in San Diego with another really good friend, and this total cool but like dorky, nerdy dude comes over and we're talking about music, all sorts of weird niche bands and music genres and stuff. And yeah, it was really cool meeting him. And like now it's like 10 years later and we still talk on the phone, like, at least a few times a year. So, okay, go ahead, come back out of your forward fold, and then let's come into our seated forehead to knee. So go ahead and take that left heel, bring it on in. So that left leg just kind of drops on out here, and you want to square things up with the front. So kind of bringing your sternum, your midline in with your toe. So not having things out here, rather bringing them in nice and straight. Okay, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, hinge, fold. So staying here, breathing. This is when the block also comes in super handy. Picking up your knee, setting it down to kind of take some tension out of that knee if it feels weird, and kind of lets your hip loosen up a little bit more too. Okay, as always, we breathe. Inhales through your nose. Exhales out your nose. Just staying with it. Good. Come on back up. Excellent. And then we're going to pick up this leg, planting it down next to us. And then go ahead and cross this foot on over. If you can't cross it over, leaving it here is fine to prepare for your twist. But if you can, crossing it over that leg. So elbow grabs for that knee. So it's your right elbow holding your left knee, and then left hand comes around behind us. This is just a gentle, modified Lord of the Fish pose. So just gently twisting, not really torquing and pushing that spine, rather just, taking your time. Good. Slow, slow, slow. Coming on back. And then bring that leg on out, back into that staff pose. Okay, we're going to come into our forward fold once more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Good. Loose neck, loose jaw. Just breathe. Couple more breaths, you've got it. Nice, gentle, relaxing flow today. We are going to get to doing some gentle standing postures, but just staying with your breath for now. Okay, coming back up. Okay, this time it's our right foot, so bringing that right foot on in, allowing it to drop on out. Good. And then we fold, same as before, coming on down. And again, if you need to use that block, hopefully you have kind of 3 levels to your block here, and you can position it however you want. Maybe nice and high here to really give that knee and that hip a chance to relax. Breathe and fold. Maybe getting a little lost in the pose. Maybe thinking about an awesome time or experience that you had with, your good friend, family member, that awesome human that you're grateful for. Good. And release. Come on back. And we can bring that leg on out. Good. Bob your knees, move it around. So if you have your towel here, your blanket, whatever it is that you are propped up on, just leave it there because we may need it here in a minute, and I don't think it will get in the way. So wherever you are, swing your legs around, and we're coming into a tabletop position. And you can even set your knees on that towel there. Good. And then if it feels weird on your wrists here to have your fingertips spread wide, You can make fists, kind of straightens out those wrists, so it makes things feel a little bit better. All right, and then we're just gonna do a few gentle cat-cows. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, look up. Exhale, good. Cat round, push the earth away from you. And then inhale, look up for that cat pose. And exhale, cow or cat cows. They start with the same letter, so sometimes you slip up a little bit. And then rounding, this is our cat, and we're pushing the earth away, rounding that back. Good, that's Marjayasana. And then we inhale, look up for cow. This is Bithalasana, good. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Good. Find yourself in a neutral spine, wag it out, move around, and then now coming into our downward facing dog. So go ahead and hands walk forward, legs come on back, down dog. And we don't need to, force anything too much, just kind of waking things up, moving things around. Good. Okay. So instead of doing our lunges, we're coming into a warrior one today. So go ahead and take that left leg and then bring it on up. And then step your back foot up a little bit. So you're going to kind of have maybe a little bit of a relatively shallow stance here. And then bring your hands on up to your hips. So left knee stacked on top of that ankle. Good. That back heel is grounded down. And you don't want to have that foot out too much because we want to keep our hips square. So hips are square with the front. Back heel is grounded down. Good. And this is our warrior one position. And we breathe. Holding strong in our warriors. Bring our arms up if we like, holding in that warrior pose. You can leave them by your sides, that's fine too. Breathe. And I should totally say something like a stereotypical yoga thing, like, if this is a class about gratitude and being thankful for another person in our lives, how we're all warriors and we're all, going through life on our journey as warriors together. But I just really like Warrior One a whole lot. So, or thinking of that camaraderie, right, in your lives with those people, family members that you love, those friends. Breathe. Good. Okay, so from your Warrior One, go ahead, bring your hands on down, and then brief downward facing dog. From down dog, shift forward into plank. Now we're going to hold in our plank for a little bit, cultivating that strength, nice and strong, those strong bonds of our family, our friendships, whatever they may be. Obviously, you can lower down to your knees, kind of leaving that towel, that blanket there, right? So if we need it, but we're still holding here, staying nice and strong. Being grateful for the strength, maybe, that our friends, our families give to us. Breathe, you've got it. Good. And then from here, go ahead, coming back into your downward facing dog. Good job. All right, we're gonna do that next side. So right foot, brief three-legged, bring it through. Place it between your hands, step that back foot up. So stepping that back foot up so you can kind of ground down that heel. And then bringing your hands on up to your hips here. Good. Holding, breathing, staying with it in your warrior one. So remember, hips are square, right knee on top of that ankle, and we hold, we breathe, focus. Good. Again, if you want to bring your arms up, you can. Or hands by your side, wherever you like. This is your practice, so taking things as you like. Good. Steady, gentle warriors. And go ahead, bring your hands on down. Good. Downward facing dog. Coming on back. Okay. From your down dog, weight shifts forward into plank. And then you can modify onto your knees if you want, or holding that full plank. Remember, we'll be here for a bit, just kind of like we were on the other side. So breathe, hold, you've got it. Strong plank. Breathe, focus. Good. And downward facing dog. Come on back. Excellent. Good, good work. Okay. Then from here, we'll go ahead and shift forward into a plank pose, and we're coming all the way down to the mat. Just release, just relax. And if you want, you can move your towel out of the way. Just laying on down, relaxing, and then maybe as you're laying down here, put a little bend in your knees and relaxing that low back. So knees are bent, and then we just very gently sway those legs back and forth. Awesome job. Cool. Go ahead and from laying here on your stomach, rolling onto your back. Rolling onto your back, and brief shavasana, let your feet fall out, arms fall out. Releasing, relaxing. Good. Being supported by the earth. Just a few breaths before we come into any of our next poses here. Breathe, relax again. Being grateful for that awesome person in our lives. Okay, so from here, we're coming into a gentle wind removing series. So bringing that right knee on up. Right knee comes on up. Interlace your fingers at the top of that knee and very gently squeezing that knee in. So not really out to the side, but rather in towards our midline. Sometimes we get a little complacent in our wind removing. We just kind of, hang out here. But it is very beneficial for that digestive system to really bring that knee in towards our midline. Kind of changes the pinch in our hip a little bit, but giving those inner organs some love as well. Breathe. Good. Okay. And slow, slow, slow. You can set that on down. Bob your knees, wave it out. Good. And then we do both knees. So bringing both knees on in. Hands grab the top of your shins. Just squeezing those knees on in. And refrain from crossing your ankles, still keeping things next to one another. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Breath will be shortened, I know, in our when moving here, but it's okay. You've got it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Stay with it. Strong arms, but relax everything else. And we soften slowly. So set your feet down. Knees are still bent.
Hold here for a minute, and then we're going to let those knees fall on apart, coming into our reclined bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana, that butterfly. Good. Just relax. Breathing. And you can let both legs come on down into Shavasana. Good. Okay. Then from here, we go into the next side. Left knee comes on up. Interlace your fingers and squeezing it on in. Left knee comes on in. Good. Not too intense of a yoga practice today because tomorrow, day 3, is going to be really fun. So squeeze, 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 holding, stay here. As a sneak peek, day 3 is all about a specific band, a musical group that you're grateful for. So maybe even make yourself a playlist of that group for tomorrow. Okay, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And slow, slow, slow. Setting it on down back into Shavasana. Good. Excellent. Okay. Speaking of music, Casey and I used to play music together. He's a drummer and a guitarist. I played guitar and yeah, the band never went anywhere, needless to say. Okay, so go ahead and plant those feet flat on the mat. We're going to come into our bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. So palms next to us, shoulder blades tuck under a little bit, and then lifting those hips on up. Good. Breathe. Maybe you can waddle those shoulder blades in a little bit and bring your hands to interlace underneath. If not, it's fine. Just placing those palms down. Good. Breathing, staying with it. Excellent. Setting it down and then just gently kind of tick-tock those knees back and forth, releasing some tension in that low back. Good. Okay, knees come together. Separate your feet roughly mat's distance. And then from here, we're going to let both knees fall out to the left. So keep your feet relatively, where they are. And then knees fall out to the left, gentle twist. And if this feels okay here, awesome. Or taking that left ankle and bring it on top of your right knee. So twisting a little bit even more, maybe getting a little bit of stretch in that sort of IT band area. Breathe, you've got it. Excellent. Slow, slow, slow. Releasing. Coming back to neutral. Good. Kind of tick-tock just a little bit. Next side. So legs will fall out to the right. Good. Legs fall to the right. Right ankle. Bringing it on top of your left knee. Good. And if that doesn't feel good on your knees, your hips, just remaining in the twist. Just breathe, relax. And slow, slow, slow. Releasing, coming back to neutral, and just gentle tick-tock. Bring those legs on down. We are going to come into that Shavasana. relaxing, just a few more breaths, and just sitting with that intention of gratitude around that awesome person in our lives. It's okay to smile, being grateful. Staying here, or if you like, in your own time, slowly, slowly, kind of pushing yourself back up, coming into a seated position. Excellent, excellent job. Thanking all of you so much for coming along this journey and being here to go through this challenge. And now it is time to take action on that gratitude. Grab your phone, grab your computer, laptop, whatever it is, and let's just send this amazing person a quick note of gratitude, an email, a text, call them on the phone, let them know how awesome that you really think they are. So go ahead right now with your phone, your computer, whatever it is, send them a quick little note, email, whatever it may be. I'm going to do mine right now. Pause the video. I'll be here whenever you're done. Okay, good job on sending that note of gratitude. The next thing is two things. One, grab your phone again and put in a time of when you are going to do tomorrow's challenge. And number two, for you, my YouTube subscribers, unfortunately, this is the end of the line, but it doesn't have to be because you have access to the full 7 days on my website. Go to yogawithlandon.com, sign up there, and we can continue on with the challenge. And as always, thank you, magnificent human beings, for choosing to show up, not just for this challenge, but showing up for yourself as well. Take care, I'll see you in the near future, and namaste.